What's tonight, for? If this team get beat, we in the final four.
He's a poor man LeBron, bro, when it comes to trades. It's like, you guys look at, KD went to go
down 3 games, it's a quick sweep.
Not cap if you want to. Cap if you want to. Cap if you want to.
You know what's in me.
When I said that they let James Harden do the same thing and let Kevin Durant do the same thing, and they're essentially letting James Harden do the same thing again.
It'll cause a quick freeze.
I said Kevin Durant should have took a 50-50 blame, and Westbrook should have took a 50-50 blame too.
MJ fade away with the eyes closed.
Bust motherfucking down, baby. I did it a little early. I don't know if you heard me do it a little early there.
Yeah. I peeped it.
My internet a little wonky. I'm not at my old place. I'm at this place for now. So not the same internet. So
New
I had to stop myself. But what's up, baby? What's up, fellas? We back in the building on this beautiful ass cold ass Monday. I don't know if it's cold for them, but I know it's cold for Boo-Wop. It's cold out there, ain't it?
It's fairly decent tonight, actually. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah, nigga gonna wake up. It's gonna be below 20.
I don't know what fairly decent means in Chicago terms.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's probably fucking -10 out that bitch. And he's like, yeah, no, it's warm out there, motherfucker.
It was cold. I just flat out say that shit, but nah, it's like hoodie weather still right now. Like, you know what I mean? It's like 45 degrees.
Oh yeah, that's cold.
Yeah, I know for you, Mo, for sure.
Yeah,
like, Chicago,
45
we
definitely.
still barbecuing that weather. I ain't gonna lie to you. We still barbecue.
I'll be in the house in the living room while y'all outside barbecuing. Let me know when the food done. Come get some, and I can take my ass right back in the house with the warmth of whoever house food.
In the house.
Bring the food in the house after it's done.
Yeah,
we gonna need that. You feel me? But let's get started in this mug. We had an exciting week in basketball, so we're gonna jump right into it. We got a big one here with Lemelo coming back this season. I think we talked about him last episode a little bit when Boo-Wop asked the question of what team would you rather. And even though they did lose to the Bucks, Melo dropped 50 and 10, third youngest player in NBA history to do that. First player for the Hornets to do that. Boo-Wop, how was you feeling about LaMelo's 50 and 10 point game?
Pretty impressive. I mean, again, I gotta apologize to LaMelo Ball. Like, as much as I can, honestly, like, I didn't think he would be this good. I truly thought by him bypassing college was kind of just, and I mean, maybe it was still, right? Maybe it was still part of the plan, the LeVar plan or whatever, like, which I have no problem with because it worked. Like, LeVar did what a lot of dads are probably trying to strive to do to some degree, which is he carved a way for his boys to make to the league, bro. Like, rather I ain't gonna say always, but I probably didn't agree with a lot of his ways of going about it. But yeah, and again, I wasn't really big on LaMelo. I thought he was gonna probably not be this at all. I didn't remotely think he would be this. Like, what he is right now to me is a great basketball player. Like, he really could be potentially the next superstar. So
wait, you ain't done.
no, just seeing that 50 and 10 was just like just a testament, bro, to like sometimes we don't know it all. You know what I mean? Sometimes we get it wrong sometimes. Like, I clearly got it wrong with LaMelo. So, like, and it's okay to admit that you're wrong and reevaluate. So
I think Boo-Wop is preference that for the conversation later on in this episode, but
maybe.
Yeah, you might want somebody up here to change their mind. But Mooley, how you feeling on LaMelo's 50 and 10 game?
I mean, hey, I know he, signed his extension a few years back, but bro is hooping like he need a meal, bro. Like, I get it. There was a little narrative running around that him winning, Rookie of the Year when he won, was a fluke or whatever the case may be. Like Boo-Wop said, there was a lot of people in a lot of different basketball forums that thought he wasn't going to pan out to be good. Just based off the simple fact that he did forego college and go overseas and decided to play a different form of basketball. And of course, the whole thing with his dad. So a lot of people were there's a lot of people that were wishing for him to fail in that sense. But I mean, bro is hooping, bro. Like he's coming back from the injury of last year on on a different level, man. And you can't do nothing but respect it. The one thing that I do want to see, and the only thing I really got to say about this is, I just want I want the Hornets to do something, bro. Like I want them to.
Let me make space real quick.
Uh-oh.
You feel me? Let me make
Bust
space real
motherfucking
quick.
down. I am in
Let me
here.
make some
Hello.
motherfucking space. What's good, DJ?
Yes,
Fellas, what's up, man?
sir.
Holy shit! What is the fact?
The gang is back.
Hey, we lit in
Boo-Wop
this
don't have on a
joint.
hat. What the hell is going on over
Yeah,
here?
that was weird for me when I was in the back. I didn't want to say nothing. He out here looking like
Cause he got
LeBron
that
James
fresh.
Jr.
He got that fresh. You dig going on up there? What you mean?
He do. Hey, man, I thought Boo-Wop didn't have a head for a while. I mean, just his face and no head on top, because I ain't never seen this man head before.
My boy got that fresh. You dig going on over there? You feel me? That fresh. You know what I mean? With the brush twice on the back of the neck.
Listen.
He said twice on the back of the neck.
You know what I mean?
It's been a good week for you, boy, man. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Hey, my boy.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. You know what I mean?
Even
Okay, I have to find out what that good week was about. But back to Mulich's statement about the 50 and 10.
most definitely. Let's just say in basketball terms, Boo-Wop is shooting like Steph Curry in 2016. What I was saying with the Hornets though, I want them to do something. I don't know if it means that Lemelo has to end up eventually leaving. I don't know if they have to make a move for another player to be around him. But I mean, something has to happen, bro. You can't have a guy at this caliber playing at the level of the talent that he's playing at and just let it go to waste, bro. Like something has to shake to where they're at least competitive in their respective conference. And that's really the only thing I want to see because he's balling. I just need either somebody to catch up or everybody else to catch up or them to make a move to surround him with pieces to where they can be successful or at least competitive.
DJ, how you feeling about LaMelo's 50-10 game against the Bucks?
I mean, he went off. This is not surprising. We all know LaMelo can light it up if he needs to, or if he gets hot, he'll light it up. I kind of agree with Mudo. It's like they need to do something. They really need to do something because you just can't waste this man's prime of his career. I mean, granted, he's still very young because he came in the league. He's one and done, right? So he's still very young. But, man, I don't know if anybody wants to go play in Charlotte. I don't think anybody does. I don't know any. Even when they were good in the 90s, they drafted all the players they had to be good. And I don't see Charlotte being a destination where just people want to go. So they're gonna run the risk of LaMelo leaving if they don't find somebody to trade for. They're gonna have to trade for a star to pair him with, or he will be out of there when this contract is up.
Interesting points there.
I mean, even if it's just the curse of being a small market team, no matter what. Like this is gonna continue to happen. Like it's not nothing we never seen before at this point. Like he got a good running mate in Brandon Miller, in my opinion. Brandon Miller is very good. Like
that's 2 in that game.
That's true. He's having a really good season this year.
Like that, and then you still got Miles Bridges. You know what I mean? Like they have like a decent young core. Is it going to be enough to keep LaMelo is the real question, because more than likely he's going to walk, just like every superstar kind of does in these situations. Eventually, he's going to either force the trade or he's going to walk. It's cool, though. I mean, it should be understood at this point. This is just
do they really have a roster?
They got a core, a young core. That's more than a lot of teams got, though, bro.
That's true, but I mean,
young core with a potential superstar.
Melo, Bridges, and Miller. I mean, I like the Martin brothers, but that's more of a piece of Trey Mann, more of a piece off the bench.
But here's the thing.
I mean, they got Taj motherfucking Gibson. You
This
definitely got to get him off the books.
Jeez.
You
This-
got to get him off the books, boo up. He's got to go.
it's not about that though. You talking about like them
Mhm.
contracts are nothing. Like
that is nothing, but he's nothing. That's
Thing
what I'm
of-
saying.
thing about still having a young core, your young core got to start performing where you get the veteran players. See, the veteran players that come play there. You're not going to get superstars to come there, but you'll get veteran role players to come play there. That's what a team with a young core needs. They need veteran role players, guys that's been there before, but see an opportunity with these young guys. That's what you need. If you don't have that, then like I think your young roster, your young core is just going to be asked to do too much. Like they're too young to probably be like real leaders. You know what I mean? You need them veteran guys that recognize the pecking order and ain't afraid to call people out and do these things. Like that's what a young core needs. It's going to
not to really to cut you off. I want to add to or get your insight on this. Do you think that this core will blossom into how Tatum, Brown, and White blossomed and eventually won a championship? Or do you think the ceiling for that core is more like a conference finals? Because if the goal here is a championship and they don't think that core can do it, they would be looking to either trade Bridges or Miller eventually.
I don't know about that because the Celtics' young core suffered success early.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the complete opposite with the Hornets' young core. They haven't had the same amount of success.
That's
and
true.
I think the Celtics had a plan going into it with JB and Tatum and adding, certain vets, here and there, even though they didn't necessarily work out, they did leave some way, shape, or form of imprint to where it helped them grow as basketball players. But I wanted to give a score update after Lemelo dropped 50 on Saturday. He just followed up with a 44 burger tonight.
Yeah, this dude is really special, bro. Like, but here's the thing, right? I kind of want to compare them to a early because that Boston team, they kind of had different cores, different guys that kind of, you know what I'm saying? They plucked and did things, but they had, but like for the most part, they had Tatum and Brown, which was their cornerstones, and they knew they was going to build around them two guys going forward. But I'm looking at this like kind of like maybe an early OKC thing, right? When you got the Russ, the KD, and the James Harden,
that's
right?
The comparison.
But them three had to show like, hey, we really like that. That's what this season's supposed to be about for these three right now. We really a scary trio. If we add the little pieces, then we can potentially do what a Young Thunder did, which is eventually get to the Western Conference Finals and to the finals. You know what I mean? Like that's what they did once they showed. They start adding the Kendrick Perkins, the Nick Collisons, the veteran guys that you need to make that type of real run. So like that's what I mean more so for that Charlotte team. It's going to take Lemelo to kind of sneak them into the playoffs. He gonna have to do something. Because that's what superstars do. Like if he wants to be a superstar, I believe a superstar can get them guys that talent, at least the 8 seed. Look at the East right now. Like it's not looking good. So if you can't sneak into the playoffs with barely a 500 record right now, like what are you doing anyway?
That's a good point. I think what needs to change because they do have a solid young core is the elevation of play from Miles Bridges. I know that before he was suspended, he was, turning out to be one of, a bona fide, shooting guard at his position. So if he can step back up or get back up to that level to where he was a solid, 25, 23, 24 point scorer a game, I think that is what would help them. Plus with, with the other young guard that they have, I think that is going to help them at least establish some way, shape, or form of identity to where now we can do what Buwap said, get some vets in here and run this team and establish this culture and build this team how we want to build it. But I think it comes with, or it starts with his, elevation to play. Like you have to get him back to, or at least close to where he was at prior to, his off the court transgressions.
I think that's fair, but I think the problem is the way Brandon Miller is kind of developing. They putting the ball more in his hands than Bridges, you know what I'm saying? Like, which is understandable.
That's true.
Bridges is going to be the guy that's going to be probably like up for the trade talks if things aren't starting to work out. I can't see them moving on from Lemelo or Brandon Miller right now. They're not going to trade them unless one of them asks to be traded, right? Like they're just not going to do it. So I can see Bridges though being that player that gets traded, but for what though? Because if they're trading him, it's probably because either now they could be trading because he got some value, but as it looks right now, he not looking like the same player. So that could be tricky. Like the market can be tricky for that. So
Yeah,
I
that was
just
gonna
don't.
be my point too. Like Miles had before, the contract, he had a pretty strong market, right? And he was up for it in the trade talk before signing not the max or not the contract that he wanted, but just a little short, a little under it. But if they do end up having to come off somebody like Dwarf said, I do think it's going to be Miles. But that was going to be my question. What market is he going to have playing the way he's playing, coming off, the problems that he's had, off the court? Who's going to want to not only take him onto their team, but pay him the money that he's eventually going to want?
Fair. That's fair. I mean, I just don't know the real market for him at this point. I think it's a lot of Miles Bridges in the leagues. Like, I just think it's a lot of players like that. Like, so it's not to say that's not a good thing too. Like, because I mean, it's always room for that type of player, but at the same time, it's just not a strong market unless you're standing out. And he really not standing out right now.
Yeah, especially when you have young guys that can do what you're doing, right? And they're going to come cheaper. So there's really no point.
So we'll see what the Hornets be like.
All righty. Good job, Lemelo. Nice 50 burger, 44 burger. I was, bigging you up last week. Now here we are. You heard my cries, you heard my calls, and you shut Boo up. All right. Moving on to the next topic.
I know we got a topic, but before, where the hell is the Larry Bird poster?
Oh, you don't know.
Your screen looks incomplete without it.
Yeah, I'm not in the same place no more.
Well, I know you're not in the same place no more. Just
so Larry Bird is.
I thought the Larry Bird post would have been the first thing. You made sure that go up.
Nah, not here.
He said you don't know, like it was bad news. You don't know.
Yeah, like you didn't know. Larry Bird tucked away collecting dust.
Oh my God.
Let's not think about that. But anyway, next topic. Bucks win 6 out of the last 8 is the correct. And we'll go through it real quick. All right. They beat the Hornets the last game. They beat the Pacers before that. Then they beat the Bulls. They beat the Rockets. They lost to the Hornets. They beat the Pistons. They beat the Raptors. And then they lost to the Celtics. And then before the Celtics, they lost to the Knicks. If you want to keep going.
So 6-2.
Yeah, 6 out of 8. They won. Boo, I want to know, is it a fluke or is it legit? DJ?
Okay, before I say what I gotta say, what do you mean? I want to make sure I understand. Do you mean like a fluke, as in a hiccup in the season where they're going to win games and then start back losing, or them getting lucky and winning these games?
I mean, it's whatever you want to call it. Honestly, like
okay.
Personally, I just want to know, like, is it a sign of good, or you know what I mean, like whatever.
Okay, I got you. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. It's definitely legit. They won 6 out of their last 8, but I mean,
look who they play. Go ahead.
I don't. That's exactly what I was about to say. But I mean, they didn't necessarily just beat a powerhouse, unless you consider the Rockets a powerhouse, which I don't consider the Rockets a powerhouse. I'm a Rockets fan, by the way. I don't consider Rockets a powerhouse. I consider them an up and coming team who has very good talent. So
the number 3 seed in the Western Conference.
Yeah, I don't think they're a legit NBA title contender. So I don't think they're a powerhouse.
What that mean?
I don't think they'll go past the second round of the playoffs.
But aren't they a good team though right now?
Yeah. They're a good team, but I'm not going to necessarily call them a powerhouse. So I don't think that win was fluky at all. I just think the Bucks probably just out veteran them in that game. Like they just
beat them by one.
Yeah, well, yeah. You got smart. You got plays down the stretch, and the Rockets are still learning to win. You know what I'm saying? They're still a young team, so I'm just pointing out the facts. They beat all the teams they beat. They should have beat. Like it's not anything surprising there that they beat the teams they beat. The powerhouse that did play was the Celtics, and they lost. You know, so I'm not surprised that they won 6 out of the last 8. Looking at their schedule. So are the wins legit? Yes, but are they legit like a contender? No, I don't think they are. I think that dynamic of Damian Lillard and Giannis it just doesn't work. After their first season together, I didn't think it was it would work after them playing. So especially not while the coach is still there, bro. Hell no. Not that guy. I'm not even going to say that guy's name, but not that guy. Not that system. So, yeah, I mean, it's not a fluke that they won those games, but I mean, it's not overly impressive either.
Mulich?
Wait a second, I was walking through the house.
Bua?
It amazes me.
What?
When it's other people teams, right? Like you look, hey Troy, you say it all the time. You only play who's in front of you, right?
Yeah.
That don't mean who in front of you ain't bad. I never say that. You never hear me say that.
But don't people do this to your Boston Celtics? They said, you know, they had the easiest road in NBA championship history.
We gotta go changing the subject.
Okay. No, it's
every week we gotta talk about somebody other than what we're talking about.
You hate admitting the truth, bro. Like it's sad, bro. I hate this about you. But listen, at the end of the day,
Jesus,
all
the Bucks get off the Celtics. Leave them alone, boo. Damn, what did they do to you?
All the Bucks can do is play who's in front of them. It's still at the end of the day.
So all the Bucks can do is play who's in front of them. So
that's all they can do, bro. You're not gonna play a powerhouse every fucking day.
When they lost to the Nets, they should have beat the Nets. That's who was in front of them. When they lost to the Pistons, 120-87, should they have not beat the Pistons? Was they not in front of them? I mean, we could do this all day. I mean, we could do this all day.
Do it all day for what?
I mean, oh, 8-9. Whoa. Okay, boy. I want to let you finish.
I know I hate it when I see them, and it's God damn, bro.
Well, we picking and choosing today, boy. That's what we're doing, right?
I never do it. You do it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You do it, but
that's
it's okay.
Crazy.
You just don't like when I come bring it back.
No, you don't like when I bring it back. You don't like when I bring it back.
All you doing is
does somebody want to inform me what the hell is going on here?
We was talking about the Bucks, and somehow Boston got included in it. So
yes,
you know, Troy got to do his thing.
I'll just give you.
I don't know why they included. We can't never stay on top.
Because we can't. It's called using something as an example. And you don't like that.
I don't know how we get the Bucks
like that. So don't lever.
I don't like it. I want to talk about what we're talking about on the dock, not other teams.
Ever.
That proves my point. That proves my point.
Do not ever. Do not ever. Do not ever. Do not ever. Let me catch you using something. Don't let me. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Don't let me catch you using anything as an example ever.
You know how Subway had the footlong? And it was $5. And now Subway got the footlong and it's not $5.
How the hell we get the sub? Bro.
I don't know. I just want to figure out how we got to Boston right off the bat. And I want to talk about the Bucks and was it a legit or a fluke? Fool's gold or legit? But you know, somebody hating on the champs. You know, the team that's beating everybody's ass right now. You know, somebody got to just bring them in there.
Mo, you got to restore some order here, dog.
Moo, how do you feel?
Hey, Moo, don't use no example, please.
No, it's not.
Don't you use no example. Don't use no example.
Moo, you know what's up. You know what it is.
Don't use no example.
You can use an example. Don't change the conversation.
Just don't use a Boston example.
Changing the conversation.
Just don't use a Boston example.
No, you went straight to changing the conversation. But the funny thing is, it don't matter what you say. You could say Boston. You could have said somebody else, and I still would have told you to change the conversation. And I got tape on that. Yes, I would have. Yes, I would have. And these two other guys on the screen will back me up on that. Yes, I would. Every time you change the conversation, I tell you change the conversation. Like you change the conversation every chance you get. You got to bring somebody else into the conversation. We wasn't even, but boo-up, this is my thing, bro. We wasn't 5 minutes into talking about the Bucks. I can see if you said something about Boston after you said your opinion on the Bucks. You went straight to Boston. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. You want me to get this way, boy. That's why you want me to get this way.
Go ahead.
You want me to get this way, boy.
Bro, you hate being wrong. Come on. Go move.
No, I don't hate being wrong. You know, the funny thing is, I'm the first one to apologize and say I'm wrong. In real life, I'm the first nigga to be like, yo, that's my being.
Remember that time you was like, boo up, I'm gonna line you up. I got the video.
I did, and then life happened, and I never fucking
I got the apology. I got the apology. That's what I got. Hey, boo up, I'm sorry about that. You was right. I never had that footage.
No, I never said I never had the footage. Stop it, boo up. If I would have put enough time into it, I would have found it. Stop it.
You said
I never said I didn't have the footage, boo up.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
So if you're gonna say what Troy said, hold on, DJ. If you're gonna say what Troy said it right. Troy said, my B-boo, I could not find the footage. I never said I didn't have it. I just couldn't find the exact location where you said it. Rifling through an hour-and-a-half video trying to pinpoint where you said this exact thing. Mm-hmm. It's very hard. I don't know if you know that, but continue, boo. Bring it back to Boston. Let's talk about how Boston won the championship.
No more Boston examples.
Everybody mad at Boston, man.
No more Boston examples.
Yeah, hold on. It's somewhere around here. I know it is. I feel it. Let me get the Green Lantern ring. I gotta put the Green Lantern on. Just for fucking boo out. Let me put the Green Lantern ring on and show my powers since you want to bring up Boston. All right, boo out.
You'll fucking turn into a leprechaun.
Turn into Green Lantern, nigga. Put you in a fucking rock box. You feel me? Put you in a rock box with the legend Larry Bird and give him superpowers to whip your ass. All right? I don't know what you talk about, Boo Wop. Leave Boston alone. We about to sign petitions all around the world for Boo Wop. Leave Boston alone. Boston didn't do shit to you. Okay? Your problem is with me. All right? Not Boston.
My problem is biasness. That's my problem.
Mulich, bringing it back because I am the host. Let me bring it back. Let me put my Green Lantern ring on, and bring order to this motherfucker. Mulich, how are you feeling about the Bucks? 6-2, 6 out of 8. 6 out of the last 8. 6 out of the last 8. Hold on, I might utilize some mute buttons right now. Go ahead, Mulich. It's on you.
Oh my gosh, you gotta love these guys. Hey, yeah, the Bucks are still ass, bro. I don't care.
Wait, stay on top of it.
They're still ass, bro. I don't care. I don't care. Like, and it's crazy because I watched the last game that they won and they showed this stat, right? Oh, the Bucks were like 6 and 8 or whatever the fuck case may be. And I was like, nigga, I said it after they interviewed Doc Rivers. Oh, raspy voice having ass. I said, so who the fuck cares? Like, nobody cares, bro. At the end of the day, bro, win a game that motherfuckers actually think is going to be competitive, bro. Because every single game that you guys have lost that was against a good team, like uneventful, my nigga. Like boring. Like win a game against a top caliber team, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, for sure. Now I'm listening. But a win against the Jazz, that doesn't
I don't care about that. A 1-point win against the Rockets, I don't care about that, bro. Like, no, that doesn't move me at all. You niggas didn't even score 100 points against the Raptors, bro. What's going on? Like, nah, I'm not buying it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You feel me? Like, y'all are still ass. Doc, you still talk like you were screaming
We back,
on top of your lungs when you were 5 years
We
old.
back.
That Giannis Dame Lillard dynamics still don't fucking work. Okay, I don't care that Chris Middleton is healthy now. Okay, because what the fuck is he gonna do? All right. So Brooke Lopez is old, nigga.
Ooh.
Like I don't care. I don't care anymore. I need people to stop talking about the Bucks like they're fucking worth something right now. Okay, I need y'all to win at least 10, 15 games in a row before I say something. Y'all are in the same book the 76ers ran right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Them niggas are ass too.
But healthy.
Like I don't care if you niggas y'all.
Mulich, I gotta stop you. Mulich, you changed the conversation. I have to stop you.
I'm sorry. Apologies. Back to the Bucks.
You brought the 76ers into this.
I'm sorry, but same thing. I just want people to stop talking about them like they worth something. Like, can y'all win games first? Meaningful games at least. Like,
get back on
shit.
topic.
When y'all start winning meaningful games again, like these meaningful matchups, then I'll be like,
petty dog.
Yeah. You feel me? And I'm consistent because I'm even doing it with my team. Like when the Warriors were going on a streak, when we were beating all these ass teams, nigga, so I don't care. These niggas are ass. These are the teams you're supposed to beat. But when you go against good teams and you look competitive and or win the game, I'm listening. All right, bro, you got me. Hold on, wait a minute. It's something to watch. But nah, nigga, no. Now you're beating the Pistons by 7 in overtime.
Now, Troy want to preface this, right? Troy like fucking with Boo, right? But you do play who's in front of you, Boo, 100%. I will never take that away from any team. You play who's in front of you. But I'm stopping Mulich because Mulich said what's key and what you always leave out, right? Is there are teams that's in front of you that you're like, you should be able to beat them or they could beat you. But there's just teams in front of you like, damn, you should beat the bricks off those motherfuckers. And when you lose to those teams, it don't become, you only play who's in front of you, right? When they lose to the team. But when they beat that team, right? When they lose to Detroit, it's not, they only play who's in front of them. But when they beat Detroit, it's, they only play who's in front of them, right? We can't have it both ways. Yes, Boston did play injured teams in the finals. I don't know, in the playoffs. I don't know how many times Troy got to say this to, make Boo-Wop happy, right? Jason Tatum is not the best player in the league. Jaylen Brown is only top 10 shooting guard in the league. I don't know what Boo-Wop want me to say to make him happy about Boston. Like, I don't talk shit about Boston. I just don't. Like, I'm just that biased that Troy has never said anything from the sideline bad about Boston, which is not true. You feel me?
Say Boston is ass.
Right? Like, Boston is ass. Okay? We're ass without Porzingis. Clip that. Put it on TikTok. I don't care. But yeah.
Why you want to troll? That shit is so annoying.
Bucks suck. I wasn't trolling. I was being serious.
Come on, bro. You know damn well you ain't got to say the Celtics is ass though, bro. Like,
well, I said that because Mooley said it. That point, of course, that part was because Mooley said it. Like, come on, Boo-Wop. That's not me trolling. That's me fucking playing along with Moo. Come on, everything I do isn't a troll. All right, I'm not growing pink hair out my scalp.
Here's the thing, right? You want to stay on topic, right? So we're staying on topic, right?
Let's stay on topic.
Bucks won 6 of 8. We're talking about that. Let's talk about the teams that they beat. They beat the Raptors. They beat the Pistons. They beat the Rockets, the Bulls, the Pacers, and the Hornets. The Rockets.
Third team in the West, we know. Go ahead. The Hornets.
The Pacers. That is 7th seed behind the Bucks. And the Hornets and the Pistons are the 11th and 12th seed. So with the East being so ass, are those impressive wins for the Bucks? No. I'm more so. I'm not saying it's impressive either, but again, I do think you got to start building habits somewhere.
I can agree there.
And to me, right now, I'm not in love with the Dame and Giannis connection, but I still see it's an early season, and I do think based off what I'm seeing in the East again, it's still possible for them to sneak up into like the top 4, top 3. Still an early season. I mean, I don't think they're gonna be better than Boston or Cleveland, but nobody is really playing great. Even though the Knicks cat hooping, but they not playing great either. Like they up and down. So I think that 3 seed is still available. So yeah, I just think you still got Giannis, you still got Dame. Like anything can happen, bro. Like anything. So they got to start somewhere. They started the season obviously fucked up. They got to start somewhere. I think right now is key for them.
It's definitely important. I agree with you there. You got to build. You got to build good habits.
I definitely understand that point. Gotta start.
I don't know. So we're looking at Miami tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You got 4 days off, and then they play Washington. They have 3 days off, and then they play Detroit again. And they have Atlanta, and then they have Boston. Now, the thing that I'm in those 4 games before you get to Boston, right? You would say, Buat, they should win all 4 of those games, right?
So right.
They should win.
I would say
maybe the Miami game, right?
Miami could be a toss-up,
right.
Sure.
But Washington, Detroit, and Atlanta, I think they should beat them. Maybe Atlanta will give them some trouble. I don't know. Trae Young wants to pick when he wants to drop a 50 bomb too. So
yeah, but like you said, I would say in the next 5 games they should win at least 3.
And those 3 would be
the Wizards,
Washington,
the Pistons, and the Hawks. They should win those 3 games.
And I agree with you. I think they should win all 4 of those games. I think they're a better team with Giannis and Dame than what Miami has right now. But Miami culture will always oversee that. Okay, I will always say that. I've been saying that for 2 years. I'm gonna keep saying that. Washington, I don't know what kind of pool we getting. We getting pre-punched in the face pool or after punch in the face pool. Detroit, we don't know whether they want to tank or don't want to tank. We don't know if they want to be a good team or a bad team. I'm not sold on Detroit. Atlanta, we talked about Atlanta last week. When they get to Boston, it's going to be a real test for them. But not only Boston, they have the Nets and then Cleveland again. So in their next 7 games, they should win 5 of them. The only 2 I do see them dropping is maybe the Celtics and the Cleveland. So if they do that, then maybe I'm with you, Blue. Maybe they started somewhere. But if they go on this little stint and they dropping games to Detroit again and the Nets again, I mean, anything can happen. But that's not games you want to see a team like the Bucks. Lose to. But that's just me. I want to check the standings.
Oh man,
The 6 seed right now.
They are 2-0 in the NBA Cup group play though, so there's that.
The 6 seed again.
And see, we didn't even talk about Orlando, but because Orlando's right there too.
Yeah, but Orlando right now, this is their time, is what I'm mostly saying. This is their time to start.
Their time to pick up. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, then at some time you're expecting the Knicks to pick up.
Yeah,
right.
Of course, the Knicks can pick up for sure.
But
it's still all about trying to find winning habits.
100%.
What
I think the 76ers might be shot.
they're done, bro.
15 games in, but they 3-13 is a
I just look.
hard fight to come back from.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The Bucks have veteran players. They can make a run here. I just don't believe in Doc. I'm sorry. That's my biggest gripe with them. That's my biggest gripe with them.
Doc would always find a way.
I think he will find a way to mess it up. Like I don't trust Doc. He's been living off that damn championship forever now that they won in spite of his coaching.
They said that's why Kevin Garnett screamed anything is possible. Because they won a championship with Doc Rivers.
I mean, look, bro, Doc is just he did it with the Clippers. He did it with Orlando when he had T-Mac and they were up. What was it, 3-1? Or 2-1, and then they went on to proceed to win.
They want to be up 3-1 against that team, man.
I'm just saying, like I don't trust Doc. I just don't.
I can see that part. I can respect that, but like that Magic one is kind of low, man. That's a low fruit, man, because they weren't supposed to be up. They was the 7 seed up 3-1 against the 2 seed, man. They was just in no man's land anyway. So
you couldn't coach your team to one more victory.
Man,
one more game, bro.
Come on, bro. Y'all being funny right now. Bro,
okay, that's fine. Okay, fine. And what about the Clippers to the Rockets?
Two of us on the screen already won, so we do know what.
Y'all finna make me, bro. I'm being 100, bro. I don't believe a coach ever won a game. I don't believe it.
Even the players, you niggas couldn't win one more game.
Like to say that a coach coached the winning game in the NBA is kind of like difficult for me to say, bro. Like you still at some point talent is going to trump coaching. Like you can have the best coach, but like
okay.
So why do the best teams lose to the sorriest teams in the league sometimes?
Who?
Why do the best teams lose?
Clock mismanagement. That's on the coach.
Because the fucking players and either playing shitty that night.
But the coach is supposed to motivate them, right? He ain't motivating them and doing their job. That falls on the coach, right? Now, I think there's aspects that the players play, and I think there's aspects where the coaches play. I think you can't just send players into a game and be like, "Hey, go play the fucking game and win it." You got to go into it with some type of game plan. Players don't come up with game plans; coaches do.
That's obvious, but you still need the players to execute them games.
Right, but if I put a shitty game plan together, it doesn't work either which way, whether you execute it or don't execute it. As a coach, I have to put a game plan together that works every night, and that game plan is against different teams and how to work against those teams.
Game plan together, and you might just have better players that is capable of stopping my game plan because my players aren't very good, no matter what.
Hey, you can say that. You can say that. There's a lot of things
you're picking at the Orlando series, but what about the Clippers and the Rockets?
I didn't say nothing about this series.
No,
I said when you grabbed at that one, if you'd have named that,
but that's what I'm saying. I said okay, so you called me out for clipping at the Orlando. So I said, but what about the Clippers and the Rockets then? When Doc was the coach there.
But here's what I'm saying. If you'd have named that one first, right? We wouldn't be here right here.
But this is a pattern with Doc though throughout his career.
Yeah, I get that part too. But again, I'm saying that's a low reaching fruit, the Orlando series in particular, based off of coming into that series. You did not expect them to not even win the series, let alone be up 3-1 in the series. Yes, you can say that's a choke job to some degree. But I just never seen a coach be like, all right, I'm finna put a game plan out here. At some point, talent will trump that game plan. Detroit was playing bad in that series, and eventually they turned it around. Which is the whole thing about series. It's not like the NFL where it's any given Sunday, bro, where a team can just have your number that day, bro. The thing about a series is that once we lock in and we the better team, we got you. That's the thing about a series.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that's always be true though.
No.
What?
I don't believe that's always be true.
Sometimes the coach can just get out coached.
Yeah.
Right.
When have y'all seen this?
Eric Spoelstra does it all the time.
When has he outcoached?
What?
When they went on that crazy run last year, or was it the year before that? Yeah, he was out. He was out there out coaching niggas. Yeah, he's putting his guys in places to succeed. Yes, boo, they executed the game plan, but if he didn't put that game plan into place and he put another game plan, then they don't have a chance to win the game. That's what I'm saying. Some has to go on the players. Some has to go on the coach. When coaches draw up winning plays at the end of the game, that's just not on the players. So if the coach just told him, hey, go out there, pass him the ball, and you do what you do, and he takes the fucking shot and he misses it, who is that on? Would it not fall on the coach? So if a coach is on the clipboard and he's like, hey, you're going to go ahead, we're going to do this and do that, and they do that shit and it work, who gets the credit? The player because he made the shot, or the coach for drawing up the winning play? Like, you got to understand, you said that the Pistons was playing bad, then they came out and they started playing good, right? That's called coach's adjustments. Is the coach coming up with a different game plan or making edits to his game plan so it works against what they're doing, right? That's what a coach is there for. So, yeah, can a coach go win you a game? Technically, yes. Drawing up that winning play to put his players in the position to succeed is how he wins them, how he helps win them the game. Can he win the game solely by himself? No, I get that. I agree with you there because the players have to go execute. But the coach is there to put them in the position so they can go out there and execute. And if you don't have that game plan, and you see good teams lose to bad teams when they don't go out there with a good game plan, or they go out there nonchalant. We see this all the time.
What you just said right there, nonchalant.
When they go out there nonchalant, but that falls on the coach.
They know the game plan. They know the game plan.
No. It falls on the coach too for not getting his guys motivated for that game. So you can't do that. Yeah, they know the game plan, but you got to motivate. But you also got to motivate your guys to go and execute the game plan. I'm not just giving you a booklet and tell you, hey, go do your thing with the booklet. You're gonna go win me the game because I gave you that booklet. No, I need to teach you what's in the booklet, right? So that's what the coach's job is.
So if we went to practice, right, the day before the game, right, we went over the game plan, we watched film, we talked about what we was gonna do, how we gonna start the game, and then the next day, you professional ass niggas start the game and act like you niggas don't know the game plan no more. That shit don't mean nothing.
Nobody said it didn't mean nothing.
So what the fuck are you talking about? This is what I'm talking about. These grown motherfuckers be nonchalant. That's usually why motherfuckers lose to teams that they shouldn't lose to.
That's not all the ways and all the time. There's other factors that go into it. Is it not a coach's job to make sure his guys are prepared? Is it not the lieutenant's job to make sure his soldiers are not ready to go to war? What are we talking about here?
Y'all said Eric Spoelstra outcoached a coach last year, right? Tell me the coach he outcoached.
They played in the playoffs. Well, okay. So, who did they play? I forgot who they played in the first round.
Joe Marcella.
Right. They lost in the first round last year. So we talking about
I say either last year or the year before that. I just say that. I just say on the year before that.
Lost to the Nuggets, right? So who they play in the first round? The Bucks, right?
Yeah.
They played the Bucks.
Coach.
So he outcoached Mike Budenholzer. Before that series started, if I'd have asked you, who's the better coach? Eric Spoelstra, Mike Budenholzer. Who y'all said?
Let's say Eric Spoelstra.
So, is it really that he outcoached?
Who had the better talent?
Mike Budenholzer.
But yeah.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Like,
what are you saying? What are you saying?
You said talent over trumps coaching. Budenholzer had the better pieces, right? The better talent.
Can I finish talking?
Go ahead, do your thing. I just wanted to say you
all right. You're not proving no point because we all know what happened with that series. Giannis got hurt. We proved it. Right. You be just jumping, bro. Like I know you be want to prove Blue Wop wrong, but you don't do this.
I do all the time, bro.
Okay, but anyway, bro. Listen, again, Budenholzer. You guys just admitted Eric Spoelstra, before the series start, is a better coach, right? Better coach, right? So technically, if you're just a better coach than somebody, you're not necessarily just out coaching them. You're just better at coaching than them, right or wrong?
It's 50-50.
Oh Jesus!
He's a
It's
best.
50-50. Wait. But look, listen to my logic on this though. I'm not going to battle you back and forth like Troy. I'm not going. Okay, so yes, I think Eric Spoelstra is the better coach. But let's just say, all right, you line up, I don't know, somebody is not a star player against Kobe, and Kobe drops a 50 piece on their head, right? We're still sitting here talking about, well, damn, they couldn't do nothing with Kobe because Kobe dropped a 50 piece on his head. He outplayed that person because that person is supposed to try and match what Kobe is doing, but he couldn't do it. Kobe outplayed the person. He outplayed the person across from him. Literally. It doesn't matter if Kobe's the better player. He still outplayed the person because one night that person can go crazy and he outplays Kobe.
Bro, but what I'm saying is that it's common to me. It's expected for Eric Spoelstra to out coach Bud. That's expected.
Really? Because last time I checked, Bud had just won a championship a couple of years ago.
It's the same.
No.
You care about Doc Rivers got that one championship? Do you?
Just won a championship. Just won a championship.
I don't care about that. I know that Eric Spoelstra is a better coach.
Listen. They had just won a championship. We all sat here and agreed Mike Budenholzer had the better talent, but he got out-coached by Spoelstra because Spoelstra had inferior talent. He out-coached Mike Budenholzer.
Was Giannis
the adjustments he made.
Was Giannis not hurt?
Yeah, Giannis was hurt for the last
came back
3 games.
Right. He was hurt for the first 3 games of that series. That changed the trajectory of that series. But anyway.
Wait. Hold on. That changed the trajectory of the series. So they when Giannis came back, you expected them to come back and win the series?
What you mean? They was up 3-1 when Giannis came back.
Right, but I'm saying you expect.
Yeah, 3-1.
I think they was up. Were they up 3-1 or 2-1? I don't remember. I think they were up 2-1.
Whatever.
And did Giannis not play those 2 games?
He did.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Listen.
What y'all doing, bro? Y'all just make faces to be like.
Listen what I'm telling you. I'm going back to the Orlando series. I am going back to the Orlando series because for the last 3 games, Doc Rivers got out coached. Yes or no? Coaching matters. You can't sit here and say coaching matters.
Did he not get out coached by a man that had better talent than him?
Yeah, he got a coach by a man that had better talent than him.
And but a guy with lesser talent can't out-coach a guy with more talent because he's a better coach.
Okay, listen. Yes, you can get out-coached again with less talent, like a guy like Eric Spoelstra. But to me, Eric Spoelstra is a made man. Eric Spoelstra is a top 10 coach ever. Like
Doc Rivers by wins is too.
No, he's not. By my opinion, like I would never say Doc Rivers is fucking a top 10 coach. I wouldn't say that.
Mooch back.
Like I just wouldn't say that. So, like for me, I'm not as big on Doc like other people. I'm not like
didn't Doc Rivers make the top 15? What was it? Top 15 that they released for the top 75?
He did. But guess what? Like I'm not saying it's incredibly wrong for him to be there. I'm not saying that, but I'm not. Again, bro, it's not that many coaches to win a ring that has the resume that he does have. Like you said, he is top 10 in wins. I can't take none of these things away from the man.
Okay.
I'm giving them, but these are facts and hard evidence.
Okay, so I give you a fact and hard evidence. Last year, before Doc Rivers took over coaching, were the Bucks not better under Adrian Griffin than they were under Doc Rivers? Yes or no? And that is a fact. That is an absolute fact. Yes. They were better because the coaching was better. The game plans were better. You can't sit here and tell me coaching doesn't matter in winning.
I didn't say that. I said a coach cannot
never win the game. And I said gave him an example. I think I'm the only example.
Tell me that a coach drew up a great game play, like a play that won a game. I can go with that, like won a game, buzzer beating play. I can go there with y'all. But to literally say like a coach can have a less talent, like if you told me this is his team, and this team, and I look at the other team, like this team is fucking clearly better than this team. The coach cannot come up with. I don't give a fuck what type of real game plan he come up with. There's no real way that a team that has the lesser talent is supposed to beat a team that has superior talent. That's just not supposed to happen. The coach cannot play the game. The players determine the game. If they playing, if they're playing to their abilities, they will win. They know the game plan. That's just what I'm saying. Like the game plan has been given. Either the players are going to execute such game plan. If they're not doing that, there's nothing that a lesser talent team can do to you that you shouldn't already be equipped for it, prepared for it. Like there's nothing a team can do to you.
But
you're just playing bad.
But a coach's game plan can force a team to play bad.
If he has the players to force the team to play bad.
That's not always true.
Yeah.
What if he plays star players? What if he plays star players? He make the other team star players play on their weaknesses. Like if I'm in the 90s, because I always hear from people, Clyde Drexler doesn't have a left. Fine, we make that man play left the whole game, and he has off nights because we're playing him to his left. That was in the game plan to force him left.
You don't even have to go that far. We could just go back to 2011 and what the game plan that the Dallas drew up against the Heat.
Oh,
and
yeah,
positions they put LeBron in to make him uncomfortable. This is what I'm saying, boy. I agree with you, and I understand what you're saying 100%. But I stop agreeing with you to the point where you say coaches cannot win the game. Yes, they can. They can't physically make the shot to win the game, but they win the game by having a great game plan against the personnel that they're going up against. Like, yes, there are teams that don't have the talent to stand up against juggernauts. We know that. Like, we're not expecting the Wizards to be able to game plan to beat Boston. But can Boston lose to the Wizards? 100%. We done seen Boston go out there and play their game and still lose because the other team was a little bit hot in the game plan, was a little bit better, how to get to your shots, get there quickly, get up the floor. Doing those things and a coach making his guys and reminding his guys, these are the things that we're doing. These are the places you need to be. This is where we're set. You can say, oh, yeah, here, I gave you the book. Now you do what you want with the book, and then when you come back to me tomorrow, I want you to know the whole book. But how are you going to know the whole book if I don't sit down and teach you the intricate parts of where I need you to be? And that's where a coach is. A coach is supposed to go into the locker room at halftime and make halftime adjustments. That's part of the game. If I go into and if I'm a coach and I go into the locker room at halftime and I don't make halftime adjustments and my team lose, what is the first thing the analysts say on ESPN and all the other changes, all the other Fox? Oh, the coach didn't make any adjustments. That's why they lost the game. Because adjustments matter. You have to put your team and your players, no matter how good they are, in the right place to succeed. That's what a coach is for. So you say a coach doesn't play on the floor? No, the coach is this ultimate sixth man. Because he has to make sure the game plan is being run the right way in real time, not in practice, in real time where the games matter. That's where the coach winning comes in, making sure you stick to your game plan and his guys is doing what he has to do. Because it's not only the star players that need to do what they need to do, it's the guys that's coming off the bench that need to do what they need to do. It's they need to know their spots. They need to be there. They need to not make mistakes. That's why when teams come out with a lot of turnovers, who we look at? We look at the players first, and then we look at the coach. What adjustments he's going to make. They need to stop making turnovers. How do we get them to get back? Oh, when they come out of break, who are they talking to? Are they talking to Fred VanVleet, or are they talking to the motherfucking coach of the Rockets, Emmanuel Udoka? You feel me? Because they want to know what Emmanuel Udoka game plan is to get his team back in the game.
Thanks for the tutorial on what coaching is. Thank you. I get it.
I wasn't giving you a tutorial. I was giving you how coaches are involved in winning.
I know that, though, and we all know that, though. Like, and I think, like, again, you're missing my whole point. When you brought up, like, that 2011 shit, again, that's a bad example to bring up. Because Dallas is a team that was capable of beating that Miami team.
Oh, boy, here we go.
I'm tripping? Am I tripping?
I need you to when we get off of here, just go back to Mark Cuban being on First Take and breaking down everything.
Why do you think Mark Cuban? Why do you think Mark Cuban?
Hey, hold on.
Mark Cuban speak for me.
I had this conversation already with him, DJ. Mark Cuban's just
Mark Cuban speak for me. You think because Mark Cuban said it, I supposed to agree with it?
I didn't say you. I listen.
It goes
I'm
to
not
a
saying
different
because Mark
level.
Cuban said, but he goes in to deeper of what they did because Mark Cuban was so very much involved in the Mavericks at that point. He was in those meetings. He was in the. Mark Cuban is
He's been a
not your average NBA coach. Like
owner. I told him that.
he was playing in practice with the players and all kind of stuff. He was in those meetings. Like Mark Cuban is very much the owner you would want to have if you were a player because he's so involved. So he's sitting in those meetings. He's absorbing all of that. Listen, I'm a prime example of what that does. I didn't get to play basketball in high school because I got screws in my ankle and I wanted to play. But I was the manager. I sat in those classes as the manager and I absorbed fucking information. I absorbed information. I learned stuff that I never knew about basketball in those classes. Trust me, Mark Cuban knew what he was talking about. He knows because they did come up with a game plan to make LeBron a jump shooter. They did come up with a game plan to make D Wade the primary threat. And it was so deep into the game plan. It was if D Wade goes off and we lose because D Wade is the MVP, then we lose.
And to me not understanding, to Buop's point, they had the personnel to do it, which I agree with. But you still got to execute the game plan. The game plan has to be adequate enough for you to go out there and win. You can put it on the players all you want, but coaches get blamed. Why do we have a coach Hall of Fame if they're not important to winning? Why do coaches go into it? Why is Casey Jones in the Hall of Fame right now for coaching if coaching isn't that important to winning? It is. It's very important to win it. Like game plans matter. And I don't know what you mean by the 2011 is a bad example. I think it's a great example for all of the different things Dallas did to make LeBron uncomfortable. They didn't do 1-2 things. They did a plethora of things to make that man uncomfortable in that series. A plethora of things, throwing different looks at him, doing different things, right? That's the coach's game plan. That's Mark Cuban sitting there with hey, this is what we see, watching tape. This is what he doesn't like B. Weaknesses, like DJ pointed out. That's what the coach's job is. When a coach call his player over, like, yo, come here. Yo, you see where he putting his hand by you? That's not a coach helping his player get into a position to succeed. Yes, I'm supposed to observe the game from the far and let you know how to make the adjustments to go against what they're doing. That's important to the game. It's very important to the game. And I think in today's game, because of all the talent, we sleep on how important coaches are to the game, when I think coaches are still very important because there's a lot of young guys in this game that we see turning over new leads and being like we just talked about Lemelo, right? Lamelo's had what? 5 coaches since he's been in the league, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe more. Like coaching matters. When you get yourself a good coach, a coach that understands, a coach like the guy that Giannis had. When you put guys like that in place that understands, that's when you become a winning football team. Look at the Pacers. Buop, you was talking about the Pacers last week? About how the coach came and changed the culture there, and now they're starting to win. That's not the players. Why couldn't the players do that with the coach that was co-coaching Toronto when he was over there? Like, no, it takes a good coach to come in, understand his personnel, and put a game plan in that way. Thank you, Mark Cuban. And was it Carl? What was his name? The coach of Dallas.
Stop talking, man.
That's God damn, I forgot his name.
What was the coach that year?
Oh my God,
George. No, it wasn't George Carl.
All I fucking said was that a coach can't win a game. Then it went from Buop said coaching don't matter. I never fucking said that.
I wasn't saying that you said coaching. I was saying that coaching matters into winning the game. I never said Buop. You said coaching don't matter. I said nowadays people would say with all the talent, coaching, it doesn't matter that much. I never said, and today Buop says that coaching doesn't matter that much.
Well, we've seen this example
with
the Nets and them coming out saying that they don't need a coach, but they essentially need a coach.
And we talked on this show, Buop, extensively about Steve Nash not being the right coach for that team. Did they win?
Nope. But I just think at the end of the day, a coach can win or lose you a game, right? Through a bad or a good game plan, right?
Personnel.
Scheme matters, right? And even if you don't have the right personnel, you can still win a game just based off a coach's game plan. I've literally seen it. I've seen it firsthand. I've witnessed it, right? A lesser team not having the talent that a team that is clearly better, right? Coaches clearly better, But because of the extensive studying that another side does, because they understand the weaknesses, because they understand the spacing and how to score in specific moments, right? Understanding when to pick up fouls, when you take your timeouts, etc., etc. Like all of that can contribute into winning a game against a better talent. That at the end of the day is coaching, right? Like you can give or that's an example of coaching winning a game. You can give a team a game plan and it'd be a great team, and them niggas just come out be playing bad, and then you'd be like, oh, you guys got the game plan, play better, right? Most definitely. As a coach, you can go out there and be like, we have the game plan. Y'all know the game plan. Y'all got to go out there and execute as stars. Most definitely, for sure. But what is stopping the other coach from continuing to stop your players from playing bad? The scheme. So if you go out and you adjust your scheme to adjust to their scheme, now you're giving your players another opportunity outside of what the original scheme was, outside of what the original game plan was, in order to be successful. That's another level of coaching that's going to win a game, right? You can have a superstar studded team and them niggas just be ass, but they're
the Lakers 04.
They're ass because a team is literally scheming them to be so. So a coach can come out there and change the whole game plan, and then now it's like, oh shit, it's a whole different team in the second half. We don't know what the fuck to do because we didn't get to scheme for this. We got to scheme for the team that we thought that we were going to see today. We saw that team in the first half. We're not seeing that team in the second half. And we see that example constantly happen in every single league, right? So I think that is the more of the case that, the fellas are trying to make. But I definitely understand your point too. Sometimes niggas just be ass, bro. Sometimes you got a good ass team and the game plan be right, and niggas just suck. And you come out and you try to adjust the game plan, and we gonna do this, we gonna do that. We not doing this no more. We scrapping what the fuck we was talking about earlier this week, and they still be asses because it's an off day. But there are instances that a coach can come out and be like, hey, we finna do this, and we finna fuck their ass up today because ain't nothing they can do about it. Don't matter how good they are.
But Moo, you also see on the flip side when you're watching the game too, and you see sometimes people just have off days, but you're like, hey, they're executing the game plan, they're executing the plays, and this person is getting open and this person's getting open. They're just not knocking down shots.
It's just
not falling. But the coach will still get credit. Like, hey, he set his people up in the best position.
Yeah.
He played to all their strengths. He had them open, and they just not hitting shots.
Yeah, even in the after game interviews where players come out and, hey, coach drew up a good game plan. We just didn't have it tonight. That's understandable for sure. Shit, I get that, right? And that's not giving any credit to the other team or the other coach where it's just like, oh, well, nah, the other coach schemed them up. And nah, nigga, we not even doing that because we know that nigga over there is trash. And we know that team over there is trash. They was open all game. They had open looks all game. The spacing was amazing. They was playing solid defense. They was getting turnovers.
Shots.
The shots wasn't falling. And that we can definitely understand that part of the argument. But on the other side of the argument is what we're saying. Like, there are instances where coaches, hey, bro, got your number today. You feel me? No matter what you can draw up, hey, he got you, big dog. You might want to go back to the drawing board. You feel me? Recollect some things and then come back with the new scheme. But as of right now, today, bro, I got your number. And I've seen it happen legitimately live in person, bro. Like, live. And I seen an ass whooping happen live, and a whole bunch of niggas come up with their head down because they thought it was something, and it wasn't that. Because the team that they played, coach schemed up something crazy, and it wasn't the talent. Trust me, I played with most of them. None of them niggas were good. It was the coaching.
Can I say this? Like, all the years I've been watching basketball, like throughout the history of the game too, usually the team with the best talent wins the NBA title. Or if they don't have the best talent, they probably have the best player in the world.
Or the best player in the series?
So I mean,
That's
yeah,
fair.
I'm
I'm pretty sure that scenario has happened. The best player in the series, like, yeah, but usually, the better team usually wins.
yeah, the two that's left here.
History still tells us that the better team probably has the best player in the world on it as well.
Was Jason Tatum the best player last year, or was Jalen?
I'm not saying Tatum. I didn't say that. I said either they have the best team
or the best talent, right? But I was using that, but then I was gonna go. So you would say the Pistons when they won, they were the best team, or they had the best talent?
04?
Yeah,
they was the best team in the league to me.
I would say that.
They was the best team in the league to me. I picked them to beat the Lakers.
I would say that.
I ain't gonna argue with that.
Both offensively and defensively, I think they're the best team in the league.
Yeah, they were all around balanced team.
That, and then I just thought they was the hungriest. I'm not gonna lie, you could tell they was fucking hungry. You could tell.
Yeah, but I didn't think. But you know what? Though? I didn't think they had. I didn't think they had the best talent. I thought they just had the better. I thought they just had a better team. But I didn't think they had the best talent because Kobe and Shaq were definitely the best two players in that series.
They should have been. They wasn't, but they should have been. But the thing about it is, again, talent to me means we deeper. They had more weapons. They had just a better ran system. Their unit was better. They played better basketball than the Lakers that year.
They played better basketball. Obviously, they won a championship, so they definitely played better basketball. But what I'm also saying is Kobe and Shaq were the best two players in that series.
Right.
They weren't the best two players to play in the series, but they were the best two players going into that series.
Yes, they were, and they should have won. We all know that's an upset. They should have won.
Got coached up, man. They got coached up.
I wouldn't even say they got coached up. Kobe got clamped up. Like it was that was one of the best defensive units in the modern era, bro.
Yeah, but you got to know who to put on Kobe to do that to him.
Bro, you ain't about you got who you got, bro. You ain't got no choice. What are you talking about? You got Tayshaun Prince, you got Richard Hamilton.
Hey, wait. We not gonna sit here and act like Tayshaun wasn't a force on defense. And he sure did guard Kobe to his best ability. And
I'm saying though, what I was saying is I was nipping at the coaching thing, like the coach
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
There to make them succeed. Yeah, you can have a bunch of defensive guys, but Boab, you know this. If you don't put that right defensive guy, the right person gonna cook his ass. You can't just put anybody on James Harden in Houston. You know that. And you ain't just putting anybody on James Harden in Houston. If you knew you had to beat him, you know you needed a guy on him. A guy. The guy on him.
What if you don't have the guy?
Then you got to do the team collectively. 100%. Like they do with Giannis. Like they build the wall.
But what if you got a guy? All right, they didn't have to do that. Troy, no,
but that's what I'm saying. If you don't have a guy, then you do something like build the wall.
Like they had a guy.
I know, but I'm saying you could have put another guy on him.
Why would he put somebody else?
I don't know. Because he could have been a dumbass coach, and that's what my point is, boy. You gotta fucking know what you're doing.
Don't nobody fucking do that. Don't nobody.
Doc Rivers would have definitely did that. Come on, man. Doc Rivers would have definitely did that, man. Come on, Boo-Wop.
Well, Larry Brown definitely doing that. So
I'm not on that, bro.
All right,
Doc Rivers would have did it.
I just think it's time to move on from this subject because we'll go back and forth here all night.
Boo-Wop, you got some more time or?
I'm good.
This was a good back and forth.
It is. No, for real. I think everybody has valid points.
100%. I'm not dismissing, but I'm just saying I think everybody has a little bit more important. I get what Boy's saying, but
yeah,
I don't know. I don't see. I think we should just run a season. I think we should run a season with no coaches and just let the players play.
Bro, and the better teams will still win, bro. It'll be the same shit.
Most likely, the guys with the guys with the best
better
talent at the end of the season, because niggas gonna be getting hurt because they're gonna be out there trying to do all the dumb shit the coaches make them not do. You know, like the 360 windmills in the game and shit like that. You know, coach be like, we ain't gonna do those right now. No, but you know, Paul George nigga might go and do that shit.
Hey, but boo up. You know what though? Here's what I will. Move you're muted, and I see you moving your. I don't know if you're talking to us or
He talking to his baby.
Okay. So here's what I will say, boo up. I think coaching matters more. I think coaching matters more in the NFL than it does in the NBA. I will go that far and say that. I do think coaching matters more in the NFL.
But I still think coaching matters.
Coaching definitely matters.
Way more.
I'm still understand that coaching in NBA still matters more than what people today think it does.
And my biggest thing is the NBA
got firing all these coaches.
The NBA got 7-game series. Imagine if it was one and done, like the freaking like the NCAA tournament.
LeBron, you wouldn't.
I don't think everybody be up here saying coaching don't matter as much as it does. And the reason why is because you're playing one game. All you can do is go into that game saying, "Hey, this is the tendencies, this and that. This is the game plan. This is what we got to do to win." But because it's a series, it's like, "Hey, we're going to play. They're going to make an adjustment. We got to make an adjustment. The next game, they're going to make an adjustment. We got halftime adjustments are so important from game to game." And plays a big part on whether you can win the game or lose the game, or whether you're close enough to make a move at the end of the game to win the game.
Do you think like, when you say halftime adjustments, right? This is what I'm trying to usher to you guys, right? I'm not saying that coaching don't matter again.
Well, no, we didn't say that. We didn't say you didn't say coaching don't matter.
With Troy, whatever. I don't know why we got this deep into it. I'm just still saying because I don't even know why we got this deep into like. I don't got no problem with it. I just don't like when it seems like if I say a coach won't win you a game, because all I'm simply saying at the end of the day, if I have the better talent, you could potentially be a better coach than me. But if you don't have the talent that I have, and as long as I have a good game plan and my players are playing up to the game plan, it does not matter if you technically could have my team and come up with a better game plan, whatever. My team will beat your team, and it should be that way if the players play the fucking game.
Okay, that's fine. I get what you're saying, but there's also the instance where those players that are on the better team have, and I think the other coach is better. I think the other coach is better. That even though their players are playing up to it, they lose those games.
Why?
They lose those games because of especially when the game is on the line. Hey, this person's weakness. This person's weakness. Play them to their weakness. I've seen you've seen games where players go fucking ballistic for points and still lose the game.
Right.
And they're hot. And then when it comes down to that to the last minute of the game, we've seen coaches mismanage the clock. A lot. We've seen coaches mismanage the clock. We've seen coaches call bad plays. We've seen coaches say, "Hey, he's hot. Just give him the ball and move out the way and let him do what he do." And they don't score. And then the other team comes back and they're not better. They're not better, but they come back down and execute a play and score off what the coach drew up and win the game.
How is the coach mishandling the clock if he's not the one handling the rock?
Because coaches also know how to manage the clock. Like, hey, we're going to call a timeout here. That way we get this time here. Or
so what if we call the timeout and y'all in the team go out there and still turn the ball over? Then what happened? Because that happens too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So, but I'm speaking to the exact fact when you said of players executing you're saying when players execute, but I'm speaking to the fact basically like, look, the coach on this side drew up this play to win the game. The coach on this side drew up this play to win the game. Mm-hmm. Hey, we're going to force the ball to this person because we're going to do this and double team this person. And boom, here we go. You pass the ball and that person's double team. That was your first option. Your second option, they cut off. Your third option got to shoot the shot now. Your game plan on the sideline with the better talent, they execute. They ran the play like you ran it up. But the coach over here knew what you were going to do because they went over your tendencies. They went over this. So they know exactly what to do to counter what you do at the end of the game. So in that sense, you didn't surprise nobody. You did exactly what you were going to do. And then your first option is taken away. Your second option is taken away. Now you got to put the ball in the hands of somebody that you didn't want to take that shot or had to score. And they fry it. And then this team is already like, hey, here we go. When we get the ball back, this is what we're running. And they go down and execute the play flawlessly. But the team with the better coach didn't go over what you were supposed to do next if that ball didn't go through the hoop, because you expected your first or second option to go through the hoop. That's where a coach can win you the game or not. And that is a fact. So
I agree with that part. Yeah, they can win you a game-winning play. I go there with you. Again, I can do that. I can go down to the last 2-3 minutes down the stretch, making key switches, subs, stuff like that. I can see that scenario. But again, if the team that was projected to win the game is clearly better than this team, at some point in this game, they let this game either get too far away. They did not play their best brand of basketball.
But
and
what
again,
if
that will never have anything to do with coaching?
But what if they do? But what if they do play their best brand of basketball? That was my point of bringing up people scoring 70 or people scoring 60 or people scoring 50. But what if they do play? You can't say the highest scoring game in the NBA was like 180 to like 176 or something. I can't think of the exact number right now. Both teams played to their full potential. Those games, coaching absolutely matters down the stretch.
Let me say
because
this.
you're looking at picking for every advantage you can get.
It's not even just down the stretch, because you can have a team full of superstars and have a perfect game plan, and they go out and execute the game plan to a T, right? And still lose the game due to the coaching of the other team throughout the whole game. A team, you can have a team full of stars, 35, 25, 15, 10, this, that, the other, all stuff like that, and still have another team with the same thing there with their lesser guys. Oh, this guy's going off, this guy's going off, because of the scheme that the coach has put together, because of the game plan that he put together throughout the entire game. So it just doesn't matter that, oh, well, he's just gonna draw up this one last play. No. You can have a flawless game plan with a team full of stars, and they execute it to a T down to the stretch of the game. But you can have another team full of lesser stars or lesser players, and they're executing that coach's game plan to a T. And now you're at a neck and neck type of situation. And it's not going to come down to, oh, well, this is just one last play. It was built on the back of the entire game plan down to the last second. And that play ultimately is going to be the final play call that's going to win them the game. But without the game plan that was built from the top, that play, that situation doesn't happen. It doesn't even matter what the talent of the team is. You can have a smart ass, good ass coach with an ass team and have him scheming for one game, legitimately one game. All the other games on the season, on the schedule don't matter. But that one game against the best team in the league, he's scheming up for that team. He's watching extra film. He's taking extra notes. He's in practice hella extra early. He's in depth, so that when the time comes, now I understand everything that coach is going to do. So now even when that team is making great adjustments, that team is playing great, hey, guess what? I still have adjustments that's going to counteract every single thing that he's going to do. So now we're just like this. Now it looks like my team is on par with your team, but we're not. Why does it look like that, though? It's because my coaching throughout the entire game has made it look like that. That is what the fellas are saying. That's how coaching throughout the entire game is going to win a game. It's not just one play at the end of the day. Of course, a coach can draw up a magical play and somebody tip it in and somebody wins the game. But if I got like the Pistons right now, I had Kay Cunningham last year. I had all these the Matisse Thybulle and all this shit last year, right? The difference is I have a more serious coach that's establishing a different culture. So now he's building game plans from the top to bottom And now when they come down to games in the moments to where it's a crunch time game or a last second type shot, now they're in the game instead of getting blown out by 25. How coaching and winning a game through coaching matters, even in basketball. And I understand in football, it's a higher level. I definitely agree with you there. But even in basketball, it comes down. That's why there's assistant coaches on the bench, right? Because you have a defensive coach, you have an offensive coach, you got this guy who's telling you to do this, you got this guy telling you to do that. There's all kind of things. That's the reason why that matters. You can have a perfect game plan and have Steph Curry, but if Steve Kerr is not telling him you need to be here instead of there, yeah, I know the book says here and film says here, but if you really pay attention to his tendencies and where he's stepping at, you need to be here. That's coaching. That is how you coach from the top to the bottom. It's not just one play where it's like, oh, well, we got to make a nah. Like that's throughout the whole thing. When they're sitting on the sideline drawing something up, that's on the fly coaching. They're not watching film like, okay, we got to break this down. Nah, they've been trapping us all game in the front court. So what are we going to do? Okay, bet. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw up a play. But I already know that he's thinking about the play that I'm already about to draw up. So now we're going to reverse it and go the other side, right? Phil Jackson talked about that a lot with the triangle offense, right? That is how coaching matters. That is why Troy is saying that a coach can win a game. It's not just based off a play. It's throughout a whole thing to where even if you have better talent, my team's still in the game because of the game plan that I spent a whole 3 goddamn years drawing up because I knew we was going to see you niggas. I knew we was going to see y'all. So guess what? I'm ready for today. I may be asked every other day of the year, but today?
But I'm ready for today.
It's up today.
This is the last thing I'm going to say. I know Boo I want to go. 50-50 on players, 50-50 on coaches.
Y'all really just stating the obvious again. Like, bro, we get what a coach is. Yes, the coach is supposed to make in-game adjustments when he sees his team is struggling somewhere throughout the game. All these things are like definition of coaches' jobs. Y'all just described their job description. Yes, and guess what? Some do it better than others. This is why.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, but we don't have to state the obvious ones like the Eric Spoelstras of the world, guys who have proven it.
But okay, so going back to the beginning, this is me saying I just don't trust Doc Rivers because I don't think he's that good of a coach. I think when he's won a lot of games, he's always had supplemental talent.
I think a better
like most coaches. Like most coaches when they win a lot of games.
Yeah, but see what's going over you. I just literally pointed out the obvious. Adrian Griffin had the same team that Doc Rivers had at the end of the season, and Adrian Griffin had a winning record all throughout the season. And Doc Rivers came in and had a losing record with the same team. Coaching absolutely matters.
Nobody didn't say it didn't.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying you didn't say it doesn't matter. What I am telling you is you can't sit here and say, hey, if you inherit this team that has this much, this is what we have right now. We're winning, right? And you're saying, well, they just have the better team. No, Milwaukee a lot of times last year did not just have the better team, but the coaching was so good at the beginning of the season, they won a lot of games. And then when Doc Rivers came and he wasn't supplementing the talent with his coaching anymore, they started losing.
Well, you got to put.
So when I sit here, I'm putting context on it
it's
because
50-50.
It's not 50-50. Hell no. 50-50.
It's okay. I'll go 55. I'll go 55-45.
Roy is standing on what he said.
That 45 absolutely made the difference between Milwaukee winning and Milwaukee losing because they didn't have a winning record under Doc Rivers. They didn't.
Was it 50-50 when LeBron and AD won? When Frank Vogel gets 50-50 with that?
I just told you it's 55-45.
No, it's 50-50.
He don't get no fucking 45. Frank Vogel. He had fucking LeBron and AD.
Well, it's 50-50 because the real coach was LeBron. So LeBron did his job.
Let me. You know what? Hold on, Troy. To your credit, what you just said, right? The team with the best players normally win. AD and LeBron are both better than Jimmy Butler, right? And Jimmy Butler was a star player in Miami.
Clearly.
Correct? Yes or no?
Clearly.
Yes or no?
Clearly.
Exactly.
Coach Frank Vogel.
What are you talking about?
What you? I'm talking about what you said. Sometimes it doesn't matter how good the coach is, right? You said sometimes it doesn't matter, and that was a series. It didn't matter how good Eric Spoelstra is. You can't sit here and tell me if Eric Spoelstra didn't coach the the Los Angeles Lakers, they wouldn't have blew out Miami in every single game. If Frank Vogel was the coach of Miami, they would have blew them out every single game because coaching makes a big ass difference. That's why I said it's 55-45.
Maybe. I don't know. You can't.
Let's wrap this up.
Yes, I can say that.
Hey, Jimmy Butler went fucking berserk in one of those games. He won the game. Jimmy Butler, not Eric Spoelstra.
I'm sitting here telling you, when Jimmy Butler went berserk, Eric Spoelstra put him in position to play his best.
Get out of here, man.
Are you saying?
Right.
Oh my god!
See, we said we wasn't gonna go an hour and a half today, but we went an hour and a half.
Yeah,
so
I'm
gonna wrap it up here. Final thoughts, fellas. All right, let me just press the end button.
Well, who you starting with?
you want to preview Gentlemen's Talk this week?
I can. So, Gentlemen's Talk this week. We got something special cooking for y'all. 4 out of 5 of us. Of course, Moo being the 5. Moo is all the way in California though. But 4 out of 5 of us will be live on location at Mr. GQ's dad's house every year. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving, we all go to his house. He's cooking for the next day, and we smoke cigars, we drink, we have our shows. And that has been a thing since we started Gentlemen's Talk. And this Wednesday, we will be live on location with 4 of us. It'll be me, GQ, Rod. Who am I missing? And myself. I'm missing myself. Good Lord. We'll all be live on location. And of course, Moo's going to be there. And we are going to do a round of 32. Y'all know and love the round of 32. We're going to do the round of 32 of the best Disney movie songs. So y'all make sure and tune in for that. Obviously, Thursday. Moo, are we off this Thursday for PVT or are we going to do it?
We got a wrestling show, man.
We got a wrestling show. So we will be on Thursday for PVT. And of course, Friday, the best damn football show on the internet, period. You got Ish, you got Moo, you got Mel. Don't be surprised if I pop up on that show too. But you never know because I like to cook Mel because Mel can't cook. This just is what it is. But yeah, and of course, next week Monday, Troy, hold it together, man. Hold it together. And of course, the next week Monday we'll be right back here, basket to basket. I would just like to tell the fellas, boo up, especially you, because hey, I had fun time going back and forth with you. You know, it was logic was being spit on both sides. You can shake your head all you want to. You know, logic was being spit on both sides. You had valid points. I had valid points. Not saying I didn't take your points into consideration though. You had some good points too. So, but hey, man, it was hey, my basket family. It was fun. I love always being able to come back and do a show with y'all. And I knew all day I was going to be on this show. I just decided to surprise y'all. I didn't want to put it in the Gentleman's Talk group because Moo's in the Gentleman's Talk group, and so is Troy. So I did not want to say anything. I just wanted to pop up and surprise y'all. If you didn't see when I popped up, Troy's eyes opened big and was like, "Oh shit!" So, hey man, it's always fun being on Basket to Basket. You know, I miss being on here with y'all every week, but you know, duty calls at work, and it's preventing me from being here. But every time I get a chance, you know, I'm always hop on. This is one of my babies right here. Basket to Basket is one of my loves right here. So appreciate y'all having me on today, even though it was last minute.
Anytime, brother. Boo up.
Hey man,
it's okay, Boo Wop. You got cooked. It's okay.
DJ, my boy, man, it's good to see you as always. You know, hey man, we gonna get you back in the kitchen real soon, man. You know,
then this aside,
we'll get you back in the kitchen, man. You and Troy, man, y'all on them easy bake ovens right now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you better stop that bullshit.
I'm just, you know.
Hey, I'll be an easy bake oven because I can still make you into a cake in it. So
I know. So
okay, it don't make no matter to me what kind of oven I put you in, boo.
I know, man. I know. I understand.
Conventional steamer, I don't give a shit.
I know.
Say goodbye so we can get out of here.
Yeah, you know.
Please.
I was trying to be nice and I put you in the air fryer, dog.
Yep.
I'm trying to put this nigga in
air fryer is crazy. Oh my god. Hey, make sure y'all tap in with the rest of the shows throughout the rest of the week. I don't know if anybody noticed, but we are officially at 3K subscribers.
Hey,
So keep coming, keep climbing, keep supporting, and we're gonna keep rocking. You know what I'm saying? Keep dropping this dope ass content. Like, comment, subscribe, share it out, post it on your story, share it on your Twitters, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're gonna be back on Wednesday for this motherfucking big activities. So make sure you catch us. Peace. We're gonna see y'all later.